Hello and welcome to CU Live. I'm Susan Post, Associate Editor, and today I have CU's very own film critic, Hope Madden, with us. So Hope, thanks for joining us.
Sure.
So you have really something really exciting in the works. You know, you've been reviewing and analyzing and supporting filmmakers for years, but now you're stepping behind the camera. So, what made you decide it was time to direct your first film?
Midlife crisis.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I started writing screenplays probably, 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I write all kinds of things, and so screenplay seemed like, at that point, an interesting new way to tell a story, and it seemed funny to me that I had not ever done it before, because I watch at least 350 movies a year.
Yeah.
So it seemed like a natural transition, and I sent those to different festivals, which is a really bad way to workshop a script because it's incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
But I didn't know not to. And they did pretty well, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started making shorts a couple of years ago. And it just seemed like the next thing to do. So let's make a feature.
Full-length feature. Awesome. So you were kind of touching on my next question, but tell me a little bit more about that writing process and how long you've been working on this particular film, and then I'll have you talk about what exactly it is next.
I wrote the first, draft of this script maybe 4 years ago, because my husband, we were both supposed to do it, participate in this big Mutter style race.
Okay.
And I wasn't able to because of an injury, which was really sort of fortuitous, because I still went to be supportive, but I actually, instead of being worried about my own performance and whether or not I had the upper body strength to get over these walls and things, I just really paid attention to the insanity of these events, just the ludicrous nature of these events and the competition. And then also, I am personally terrified of the woods.
Okay.
So right away, all I could do was just look at one of these obstacles and think, well, you could easily die on that in these 5 different ways. And by the time the whole thing was over, I'm like, I think I have a story. So
perfect. Which brings us to the name of the movie, Obstacle Corpse.
Yep.
Which I love the pun.
Thank you very much.
So give us a little bit of overview about the movie.
It's a story of a young woman who is ready to strike it out on her own, and her sort of survivalist dad just doesn't think that she can do it. Just doesn't think that she can take care of herself. And so somebody recommends that she join them at this very elite obstacle course style race, and that will prove to her dad that she can in fact take care of herself. So she decides to do that, and she brings her goofball best friend with her to participate. And what they find when they get there is that they've been invited because the true elite, one of the obstacles is to murder another contestant.
What fun. Okay.
So that's you can't win unless you've done that.
Yeah. So we have a little horror comedy thing going on.
Yes.
Okay.
It's funny. One of the producers read the script and said that it felt like Battle Royale meets Caddyshack. And I'm not sure he meant that as a compliment, but I was elated. I'm like, that's exactly what it is.
That's awesome. And you're planning to film in Ohio, right?
Yes.
Any Columbus locations that you're scoping out?
Yes, actually we have our locations are all set. 2 of them are properties owned by Columbus Metro Parks.
Awesome.
And then the third is in Logan. It's a private residence where we can murder people without onlookers.
Yeah.
So
in the woods, probably,
yes,
if it's in Logan.
Very wooded.
Hooray for you.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the timeline. When might we see this fun feature?
Well, we start shooting in May.
Awesome.
So, ideally early next year.
Awesome.
We'll be able to or early the following year, I suppose. We'll be able to see it.
Awesome. So how can folks kind of keep up with the movie's progress and, learn a little bit more about what's going on?
Yeah, we are on Twitter at Obstacle Corpse X, and we're on Facebook and Instagram at Obstacle Corpse Film.
Awesome. Well, Hope, thanks so much for coming in and talking a little bit more about your big feature debut.
Thanks for having me.